As the fire enfolding itself, so is the flame of the sacred fire. So is the feminine principle. And in the heart of the fire of the mother is the yearning of the mother for union with the father. The longing in the heart of the mother to return to the heart of the father is the polarity of the cosmos, is the warp and the woof of creation. Now then, if mater is ultimately to merge with spirit, the feminine ray must rise for the victory of a planet and her people. But the feminine ray is locked in most among mankind beneath the debris of the subconscious, in the base of the spine chakra. And there that energy of the flaming goddess resides lifetime after lifetime. It is there in the fiery core, in the very depths of being, that the longing of the mother for reunion can be experienced by the soul as a magnet, magnetizing the energies of life in a cosmic flow for the merging of the omega of selfhood with the alpha of selfhood in the crowning of life by the 1,000-petaled lotus of this union of twin flames within the body and consciousness of every man and woman. So we come and we address you out of the union of our consciousness. For here in our retreat at Lake Titicaca, the feminine principle is liberated. The flame expands, the flame reunites and unites. The flame is a sea, a golden sea of light, nourishing souls, propelling mankind into the awareness of the feminine aspects, of the intuitive faculties, the senses of the soul, the quickening of the light within, final touches in the sculpting of the soul by the real self, the detail, the workmanship that comes as a result of man's refinement through his own feminine nature. Now then we come to anchor a light within you, to anchor a momentum, to anchor a flame for victory. For as you have heard, hard times are coming upon earth regarding the exaltation of the feminine principle, and therefore in anticipation of that darkness that must be consumed, we offer the taper of our love. We pass a torch. We extend to you from our heart that golden light, which merging with your own threefold flame will expand an increment of the wisdom plume within you this night. And this is a dispensation from the heart of your own ion presence, sanctioned by cosmic councils as a necessity. For the karmic board is seeking to increase the illumined action of the devotees, to increase the quotient of energy of the white-yellow light of wisdom's flame within a certain body, a certain group of devotees who are functioning yet in the outer world, who have not withdrawn from society and therefore who may be used as electrodes to keep that flame of illumination for a nation, a continent, and a planet. And this is our pilot program from Lake Titicaca for the new year. This is our answer, and therefore everyone who is here in attendance, and all who hear these words and apply for this increment of fire shall receive a quickening of wisdom, as the intuitive faculty of the heart, as the penetration of the mind of God, as the balance of the wisdom of the Father and the Mother. And if you will look now with your inner eye, you will see how that plume, that central plume within your threefold flame, is increased by a certain degree that has been preordained by cosmic law and the law of your own being, as being that which is necessary for you to fulfill your divine plan, for you to use to expand the divine plan of the planet and of people. So then, hearts of fire, hearts on fire with the love of wisdom, I implore you to take now this increment of light as the talent that must be multiplied. I implore you to exorcise those darkest entities of ignorance, of slovenliness, of resistance to the truth that lurk within you as momentums of procrastination, as rebellion against studiousness in the law. I recommend that you enter into a refinement of your soul's awareness of illumination by examining the laws of God, by meditating upon those laws day and night. For you see, this increment of energy, if multiplied, can be the momentum for the balancing and raising of the pink plume and the blue plume of the threefold flame, preparing you for your victory. Do you know that mankind cannot pass the initiation of the sacred fire leading to the ascension, or go through the rituals of the sacred fire of the ascension, unless they have a certain frequency of illumination's flame, that plume developed both within and without to a certain extent? There is a requirement of the law, and that law requires that the mind of God be anchored, both inwardly and outwardly, at a certain point that is the point of the diamond shining mind of God within every devotee who aspires to the reunion. Now I will tell you why this is so. It is because that golden plume of illumination has its counterforce field in the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is used as the great central sun magnet, focal point lodestone, for raising and magnetizing the energies of the mother flame from the base of the spine. Now that magnet must be sufficient to raise that energy of the mother for the divine union prior to the ascension, that the chakras, the centers of light, might be quickened in the four lower bodies and nourished and watered in the balancing, rejuvenating essence of the mother. Therefore you see in primitive man, where this flame is totally undeveloped, there is not the power that can raise the mother flame. And so there is a certain grossness, a certain density in those primitive tribes and those far removed ancestors of mankind. And it is that density which comes from not having the refinement of wisdom's plume and the definements of the law of the energies of the Sacred Mother that rise in answer to the call of the light of the Father. And so you see, it is not only the raising of the Kundalini, which the yogis of the Far East must be about, but it is the pulsating, the movement of those petaled flames of golden yellow within the mind, pulsating, moving, being quickened, increasing in momentum. For this is the magnet that propels the ascending currents and begins the process of the caduceus. And so it is the push-pull action of the Father, Mother, God, whereby you ascend. I would suggest then, as you go forth from the white fire core of being, into the next ring or sphere of the causal body, as you begin this year that you meditate upon the consciousness of the Buddha to increase the yellow fires of illumination as the magnet for purity's love. So then we come to give the means whereby every test of the feminine ray can be passed by the devotees. When you pass a test, remember, you pass that test momentarily for millions. For you hold the balance for those millions as you pass your test. You keep the flame for them, whereby they also will pass that test when their own initiations come. And so you see, hierarchy has a vested interest in you this night. Hierarchy is vesting a portion of the flame of Lake Titicaca for the salvation of souls, that you might be anchor points of the balance of sanity. For the world is filled with insanity, the disease of insanity in this hour of schism, in this hour of separation from the source. And more among mankind are giving way to the demons of possession, of frustration, of separation. Demons that cause them to become hysterical, or morbid, or moody. So then, again, this is the absence of the light, the absence of wisdom's flame. Will you then not bask in the glory of illumination and understand how this plume is the key to the return of balance, balance of mind, balance of body, producing health, wholeness, and life? Will you see then that Archangel Jophiel and Christine, Lord Lanto, and the Council of the Royal Teton, Apollo and Lumina, mighty Cassiopeia, Helios and Vesta, all anchoring points for the golden fires of the mind, will assist you in multiplying this talent that is now anchored by angels of illumination within you. This is our gift. This is our opportunity and yours. This is our experiment in the science of the feminine ray. So as you win the victory, you will pronounce, as the town criers of old, the new day. You will pronounce the dawn of illumination to a people, to a planet, to elemental life. Now let us see over the next decade and unto the conclusion of the century how the few vested with light will be the leaven that leavened the whole lump of the consciousness of humanity by the law of the sacred fire, by the hand of the Mother and the heart of the Buddha and the mind of the Christ. Let us see how there is an increase of awareness, how there is an increase to problem solving, how mankind, by heightened illumination, begin to realize we can solve our problems, we can win, we can overcome. There is a way. Lo, I have found the way. The proper use of this gift, the proper exercise of the law, can mean as much advancement to the human race as has been seen over the past 5,000 years. So great is the power of an increment of the light of illumination. I say in your minds you cannot even conceive what even 1/100th of an inch of an increase of illumination can do for a planet, how it can tip the balance of the law and its fulfillment. So, children of the sun, children of the One, come to our abode of light at Lake Titicaca. Come in your etheric bodies. Come in your soul's awareness of God. Come and be free to explore our libraries, our texts of the ancient scriptures, and see how the law was set forth in civilizations hundreds of thousands of years ago. How that law is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And how the ascended master teaching that you received is the culmination and the fulfillment in the Aquarian age of the teachings of hierarchy throughout time and space. So then come and see how the connecting links of identity form a chain of being, carrying you back to that time, to that point of the descent of the soul, to that point of the realization of God in Mater. And see how you can trace your soul's awareness of God as layer upon layer the pearl of the soul was formed through communion with the flame. So come, children of the one light, to our abode. Come and bask in the sunlight, where Mary also came to learn the art of the Immaculate Conception and of holding the thought in mind of the perfect image of the Son of God. Come and be trained by our angels, by the goddess Meru, and myself. Come and see how you can increase the dimensions of the golden consciousness, of the golden liquid light, even as you now have the opportunity to hold in hand that gold once again, as in the ancient civilizations when the common man was allowed to wear this essence of precipitated sunlight for the rejuvenation and the regeneration of soul knowing. I am forever in the flame. We are in the flame, championing the feminine ray for the victory of life. Pax Obisque.